guys, welcome back. It's Captain Foley, and it's time for another Captain Foley Eaglemoss review. I apologize for a little bit different lighting this time, but I'm filming this at a different time of day due to the holiday season. This is the only time I can fit in the filming for it, so I apologize. It looks a little different, and I'm sorry for that. But hopefully that's okay with you guys, because we're going to talk about a cool ship today. One of my favorites. Today we're talking about the Enterprise C Ambassador class. So this is the special issue. This is the XL version, and here of course it's got the regular stats. Ambassador launched 2332, length 520 meters, top speed of warp 8.4. So there it is. Beautiful shot of it on the front. As you guys know, if you've been following this channel or listening to me for a while, the Ambassador class was never my favorite. I actually didn't like it at first for the longest time. And then when I built my model of it, my AMT model, I got a new appreciation for it. And it's now one of my favorite ships, favorite designs. It's fantastic. I've already covered the Andrew Probert concept version, or the Probert class, if you will, even though it's an Ambassador class still, but it should be called the Probert class because it's a separate ship altogether. So I've already covered that Eaglemoss review. If you want to check it out, go look it up on YouTube. Just type in Trekyards Enterprise C Eaglemoss review, and you'll find it there, so you can hear my thoughts on it. I'll probably talk about it briefly in this one because it is included in the magazine, but let's just take a look at the magazine. First page, standard Eaglemoss layout. You got your instructions over there for putting it on the stand. Here you got a great shot of the ship from the front, looking absolutely beautiful. And here's some specifics or specifications that we'll talk about right now. First appears yesterday's Enterprise. Class is Ambassador. Last seen yesterday's Enterprise. Designed by Rick Sternbach after Probert. And the captain is Rachel Garrett. So you got some shots from yesterday's Enterprise, and there's Captain Rachel Garrett right there. I've already kind of glanced through the magazine. It talks a lot specifically about yesterday's Enterprise because that's what the ship was made for. There it is coming out of the temporal anomaly. There's some behind the scenes photos there, and the crew of the original Enterprise, talking about the lineage of the Enterprise C here. So now if you guys don't know, we've talked to Rick Sternbach about this quite a few times as well. Rick designed this Enterprise even though the Enterprise C that was on the wall in the conference room was actually Probert's design, which follows more of a lineage from Excelsior to Enterprise D. However, with the complex curves and shapes that Andrew wanted on that design, they didn't have time in the production schedule, the week or two that they needed, to build the model. Rick's version is much more simplistic and therefore was easier to build a physical model. So that's why this one was used. Just continues the article talking about Denise Crosby as Tasha Yar. There's a Vulcan segment here for some reason. I don't know, I didn't read it yet. More scenes from yesterday's Enterprise. You got Guinan and Picard, Rachel Garrett, Data, and Tasha, and Michael Dorn. Then going to war. Turning the idea of yesterday's Enterprise into a script was a painful process that the writers thought would end in disaster, but it's one of the fan favorites now. There's the modified Enterprise D bridge and the modified uniforms. Very cool. Same here. Love the closed collar at the front. That's a nice touch. And their belts with their weapons. Also the big galactic war map with the war with the Klingons. Very neat. More from the story. There's Tasha Yar and Castile. There's the Klingons coming in, the Enterprise heading towards the anomaly to go back in time. Gotta go back in time. Riker, dead. R.I.P. Riker, R.I.P. Here's talking about the production coming together into TNG's one of TNG's best episodes. guys. I'm not cutting that out either. Oh, still getting sick. But anyway, there's Guinan talking to Trekyards. The Guinan saying she's not supposed to know you. And all this. Now here's where we get to the ship part. There's Andrew Probert's Probert class ambassador, and then Rick's drawing, and then the model. Here's the original drawing of Rick's, which is a little bit different secondary hull shape, and then the refinements made to it for this final version, and then the model, of course, right down here. So, and there he just goes talking about the story again, how Captain Rachel and Castile go back in time, and the Enterprise travels back through the rift and probably takes out a few Romulans. The Romulans would have been like, the hell? The ship was almost destroyed a second ago, and all of a sudden it's facing the other way, systems restored mainly, and ready to fight again. What the hell, man? So there you go. On the back of the magazine, standard, just a typical shot of the Enterprise C from the top. And again, I love this design. It's so simplistic. It ties in with the original Enterprise. There's elements from the Enterprise D and Excelsior in there. It's very visually nice, and I prefer it to Andrew Probert's. There's certain things I like about Andrew Probert's Probert class design. This one, however, would have been the one I picked. So, you can hate me for that if you want. I don't care. Well, actually, I do care. Don't hate me. It's not very nice. So let's look at the box now. Here's the box. Nice big box, because this is one of the XL ships. Great shot of the Enterprise on the front. On the side, you got the TOS logo. All the other logos here. And again, awesome box. Display it on a shelf. If you can't display the ship, you have to leave it in the box. You can display it in spirit at least. So I love the boxes from Eaglemoss, so good job. Let's open her up. So there she is, nestled all snug in its bed. Looks great on first glance. Just looks amazing. And hopefully more than just first glance. So first thing, the size and the weight of this is super, super, super impressive. It is very top heavy, of course. The top of the saucer is metal. The bottom is plastic. Same with the secondary hull. The top is metal, the bottom is plastic. The nacelles are all plastic as well. Very typical Eaglemoss that way. Great size, great feeling ship. Now, I just noticed something. This happened the first time I took it out of the box too. If you look at that nacelle, it's wonky. It actually it comes right off. So it wasn't glued in properly or whatever. So simple solution, just snapping it back on. And it should be glued because it does move still, but it's very loose fitting on there, which is kind of unfortunate. But other than that, I noticed that the first time I took it out of the box. So looking at this ship, it's got some fantastic details on it. Great looking design for what it's supposed to be. I think it's great. On the top, there's a lot of great detail, a lot of cool windows. The black ones are misaligned in some spots when compared to the white ones. Overall, though, a lot of nice striping, and not really Aztec-y, but more like panels, which is cool. Lots of details. They're missing the rear shuttle bay, which is right there. There's a shuttle bay there as well. The doors aren't there on this one. The registry looks great. Phaser strips look good. Some white accents on the bridge dome. Flipping it over to the other side, the bottom, little tiny running lights are painted nicely. That's cool. Again, some window misalignments, like they're not parallel. Some of them are kind of angle in towards each other. A little bit of a shame that way, but you see all the escape pods there. And I love the ring detail on this ship. The different patterns on the hull look absolutely gorgeous. When I built my model, I really made them pop on mine. They're a lot darker If you've been following any of my model videos, you've probably seen it. So moving down to the secondary hull, well, first of all, the neck looks great. Actually, the windows look really good on the neck. I really like that. There is no photon torpedo launchers on this one. My model kit does have them, and I have them painted. The deflector on this is pretty simplistic. You can actually see right through it, and you can see the support beam in the middle, which is kind of a shame, kind of a letdown. They should have maybe hazed the back of it, like dull coated it or something, so you couldn't see the internals. But other than that, not a huge deal. The bottom, nice detailing there. You get to see the delta with the striping, which curves around here, and the cutout, the scoop. The rest of the secondary hull, again, beautiful detailing. The windows look really good on this. The seam line follows one of the deflector grid lines, which is kind of neat. It's not really that noticeable that way. My phone keeps going off. I apologize. Nice paneling at the back here as well. The banners look really good on the side. On the strut, you got the nice NCC 1701C listed there. The nacelles are really sharp looking. They really look good. No real seam lines or anything you can see. There's a little bit at the front here, but that's about it. They are clear as well, clear plastic. So again, these ones you can see the support pylons in them as well. There's one there, and there's one up here. The clear domes look really good. They actually, like, if you have a light behind them, they project a little bit of a red light. The blue looks good when it's lit from behind as well. Like, I'm holding it up here with the light over there, and it looks gorgeous. It actually looks good from that side as well. So that's cool. A lot of cool detailing on these as well. The banners are there on the engines, and some little greebly parts in there, which is nice. Well, not really greeblies, but details, little accents. Look really good. The registry on back of each nacelle, again, very well done. And the other issue I have is the alignment of the nacelles. This one droops. This one is pretty much bang on, but you can see the droopage there, and that's the loose one. If you glue that in and actually glue it into place, the alignment will be perfect. But because it is loose, it does flop over. I don't know if this is just an issue with mine, or if this is one that other people have noticed as well, with the nacelles not being attached very securely to the strut. Striping along the back of the secondary hull is nice. Again, you got the registry everywhere emblazoned on this thing, so it looks great. It's a good weight and a beautiful size. This is one I will be displaying somewhere because I love this ship so much. Looks great, so can't wait to see it on the stand, which we're going to do in just a second. So, but there you have it, guys. The Enterprise C from Eaglemoss. Overall, I'd say definitely worth it. I am a fan of this ship. If you are as well, this is much better than the smaller one, which I haven't reviewed yet, actually. The smaller one is missing the impulse engine. This one has the impulse engine there. It's colored blue. I personally would do it red, but it is colored blue, and it is on the neck. That being said, this area back here I think is a real letdown as far as this ship goes. There should be an impulse engine at the back of the saucer, as well as down there. That could be like a secondary one for when its saucer separates, for the secondary hull, but there should be one there. There's a big empty space here. Here they have windows. The model I built doesn't have any windows there. It's just nothing. And I always thought it would be cool, and since this engine comes off, to make this a dreadnought, put a third nacelle right in that empty spot. That would make this ship look fantastic, in my opinion. I need to design that. That'd be cool. If anybody's done that or has seen that done, let me know, because it's the perfect place for it. There's this big empty spot at the back of the saucer. I just think it'd be great. So anyway, that is it for the Enterprise C. Fantastic. There's really no errors with this. The printing's really good. Some of the windows are a little misaligned or not parallel, like I said. The seams are not noticeable at all. Really. I mean, if you're looking for them, you can find them, but they're not. They don't stick out like they did on the TOS Enterprise. So that's cool. So a very nice special edition Eaglemoss model. And let's go take a look at it on the stand right now and finish up the video. So here she is on the stand, and it does fit nice and secure once you get it in. The standard attaching at the rear of the saucer, which I'm not a huge fan of, as I've said before. Kind of takes away from the secondary hull a little bit. I apologize for the different lighting in this video. Like I said, it's a different time of day to be filming, and my light seems to be flickering a little bit. But getting it on the stand was actually more difficult than I anticipated. Let's take it off here. As you can see, there's actually cradles for the secondary hull. They're rounded to match the secondary hull curve. And getting it on was tricky a little bit. But once it's in, it slots in fairly nicely. As you see there. It does seem to be a little bit top heavy still. It is on a soft surface right now, but it seems a little wobbly, which I'm not a fan of that, to be honest. But just take a look at some of these details. Again, guys, I apologize for the different lighting. I usually film these in the afternoon when I got natural light in here as well. This is all just artificial light, and anyway, it looks really nice. Great looking ship, great looking model. The stand is a little wobbly, and it is inclined to fall off because it doesn't nestle in there very well despite those slots for the secondary hull. Now if you put it on a lower shelf, it looks beautiful. A lot of people think it looks disproportionate. That's one of the reasons I didn't like it at first, but I actually like that now. It's a tie-in getting to those smaller Enterprise D nacelles that we see on the Enterprise D when compared to the saucer. So it's a progression towards that from the TOS, which is cool. Now if you go on a eye-level shelf, it looks really great. It does tip a little bit up, but I do prefer the more level stand on this one. However, that is an issue with, as you can see, with center of gravity, especially on a soft surface. This isn't on a desk right now, as my desk still, or the table in here still has the Christmas tree on it. Like I said, well, I didn't say that, but this is film Boxing Day, just so you guys know. But on an eye-level shelf, from many different angles, this thing looks good. And there we go. Look at it falling over. So that, I see that as a bit of a problem. Inherent with this design, I guess. And that stand. There we go. And if you put it on an upper shelf, again, it looks absolutely gorgeous as such. So anyway, there you have it, guys. The Enterprise C from yesterday's Enterprise, Rick Sternbach's design. Beautiful, beautiful model. This is the Special Edition XL from Eaglemoss. Very recommended by myself because it is one of my favorite ships. So, and the model is fantastic. The only issue I really have is that engine, which was crooked when I first took it out of the box and doesn't fit on there perfectly. But with a little bit of glue, that's easily fixable. And that'll even fix the alignment issue with the tip, with the nacelle kind of leaning a little bit. So the struts do kind of angle out a little bit more than they should. They should be more of a 90-degree angle, but this engine looks really bad right now. So yeah, these could maybe possibly be heated up a little bit and bent more to a 90-degree, but that's a minor thing as well. Depending on how you display, you'll never even notice that. So there you go. So there it is, guys. If you want to pick this up or any of the other Eaglemoss ships, click the link in the description below. Head on over there And at checkout, use the discount code Trekyards to save yourself some money and get yourself some cool Eaglemoss ships. The discount code might not apply to the XL Special Edition ships, and if that's the case, we apologize, but that's just how Eaglemoss has it set up. But all the other ones, the discount code works fine. So there you go, guys. Thank you for watching this video. As always, subscribe to this channel, as well as the Captain Foley personal channel, where there's a lot more cool stuff. And don't forget to check out other videos by us. So until next time, guys, I'm Captain Foley. And remember, one ship can make a big difference.